So okay, so I'm like I love history. I love history.
Just say it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Just
Let me hear it.
Go
I
ahead.
feel like, can I guess what you're
Go
gonna
ahead, go ahead,
say?
you can guess.
Is it the Nazi guy?
She's right.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Nah, but you know why though? It's not because I'm actually interested.
What's his name?
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf.
So,
Yeah, Hitler?
So it's just like okay, when it comes to history,
You're definitely an Aquarius.
no, but when it comes to history, here's the reason why. Like, I'm not like I don't think that what he did was profound or anything like that. Like, yes, I do understand like the shit that he did was grotesque. So my thing is just like I'm into picking people's brains. Why did you think that was okay? Why did you move that way? Why did you see what I'm saying? It's just like
Or
really
how?
picking the brain because a lot of it went on in like, you know, the 1940s. That shaped today. Big time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like not trying to be buddy with the dude, but it's just like, yo, what possessed you to think this way? Even though I do understand what happened during that period of time, but to actually sit down and talk with that person, it's just like I'm just trying to gain understanding. You see what I'm saying? It's not about you being right or wrong. Why did you do what you did?
I think I don't want to dive too deep on it, but I think that'd be a dope conversation to have. Only just because when we talk about history and like monumental things in history, I don't like narratives that are just told from third parties, right?
Mhm.
I would love to just hear it from the source, and it might not. It might be crazy,
It definitely.
but at least I would know the truth, because you know that game telephone,
yeah.
and then everything
I mean, I'd
always
be
gets
scared to
changed
ask
throughout
the
time.
source.
You know.
Next thing you know, kill me, burn me up.
Which,
and then on top of
as soon
that-
as you said no to female condoms, you was out of there.
and then on top of that too, like I don't know. I have this like, especially during that time period, like World War II. It's just like, okay, we did technically win the war, but it's just like, yo, we was doing some fucked up shit too. Like you do understand the first nuclear bombs were used on civilian people during that time that was dropped by us. I mean, last time I checked, although we did win and you know we do reap the benefits of living in America and there's privileges that came from that, we still demolished and obliterated innocent people. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like when it comes to like really understanding why we did it, on paper I get why we did it. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't make it right or wrong. Like, I mean, some might say yes, some might say no, but it's just like I'm still intrigued on the thought process.
Yeah, well, maybe
And that's really it.
we look at us as maybe they met their match and the reflection. I just want to clarify something before we go. So yeah, Tiffany Chen is the mother of Robert De Niro's daughter. They gave birth to Gia Virginia on April 6th, Aries, 2023, and she's 65. So there's about a 25-year age gap between them.
What's the age gap that would make you look at your daughter like, I don't know, like
Anything past, I would say 7 or 8 years. Once you hit 9, 10-year difference, and it depends on how old she is. She's 19 with a 29-year-old. I might be like, all right.
so what is the ultimate eyebrow raiser? What is the fear? What is the assumption?
Too close to your age?
No. First of all, if it was my age, I whoop his ass, right? Let's just get that very clear.
No, but I want to know why. Like, why would you whoop his ass? Like, what is the assumption? What is the fear?
It's not a fear. It's just a assumption, or just realistically just the privy knowledge that I have and experience that I have that know what men want and are majority of the time at that age group. Like, we like to think that we're so much different from each other, but realistically, we're very much the same.
Oh, no, I listen.
So if I know that if my daughter is dating, for example, she's 21, right? And when she's 21, I'll be 48, right? Around 49. So let's say I'm 49 and my daughter's dating a 50-year-old and she's 21. I already know what he's looking for.
So you automatically assume that it's with predatory intent.
No, I never said predatory.
No, but I mean, if you're saying that you know how we are, then essentially
It's not predatory. I just think that a 50-year-old man with a 21-year-old woman is a person who just wants to feel compassion for something young, because at the same time they can't deal with a woman who has become their own individual at that age. A lot of men that deal with women when they're in their 40s and 38 and above, I would say, those women are those women. Now, granted, we still do change, but a 21-year-old is easier to manipulate, easier to control, easier to just get them to do what you want them to do, especially when they're looking at you as an older peer rather than somebody that's eye to eye. So that's the issue I would have with that age gap. You can't be 50 years old dating my 21. You can't even be 40 years old dating my 21-year-old daughter. The max I'm gonna go is 30, 31.
All right, so is there any scenario in your head, hypothetically, where you'd be like, okay, I spoke to this dude, I vetted him, I know who he is, I got the beat on him. My daughter's just not out here just doing frivolous, dumb shit. I know who this dude is. Is there any exception to the rule in your brain? No?
When I was 14 in high school as a freshman, even then, I would be like, there was this girl, she was dating this dude, we were friends, right? Nothing serious. And she dated this dude who was 19 and she was 14. It's like, that doesn't raise a suspicion in your head that he is now thinking that he is your age group mentality wise? Like, my thing is this. There is a level of intellect majority of the time, not all of the time, that is possessed by your age throughout your experience, hopefully, right? Now, if we're saying there's no vetting a 51-year-old dating a 21-year-old, because in order to please a 21-year-old, you must think, act, and move as if you were of that age of 21, right? Have you ever had a conversation with a 21-year-old? No offense to anybody that's 21. Have you ever had a conversation with a 21-year-old recently?
Mm-hmm. I have.
Could you see yourself being with that person every day? No. Exactly. So now if I'm 50, right, and I'm going to be talking to a 21-year-old every single day, I'm either looking for somebody who's going to be a compassionate slave or a sex slave.
A compassionate slave?
Yeah, because a thing is this, a man just wants compassion. We want certain things, especially on the age when you... First of all, if you're 50 years old and you're single looking at a 21-year-old, you typically already had marriages and or serious relationships that never worked out for you.
So let me ask you, the compassionate slave thing, does that only apply to the age gap or does that apply to married women? I'm just asking for clarity.
No. It specifically applies to older men seeking younger women, right? It can apply to many different things. But in our conversation that we're having right now, older men who are seeking younger women are looking for a woman who can actually do all the things that they never had or things that they always wanted, right? So when a woman, and this is the thing, like when you grow older with a woman, I saw it with my grandparents, when they grow older together, they become their own person. You know, I think that you typically start to veer off more as you grow older together because you now understand that space, certain amounts of space is cool within your individuality, right? When you're older, seeking younger, you're looking for molding and you're looking to realistically, just shape shift who that person is and how that person can work for you.
You do understand that's not a problem though, right?
I understand that it isn't and it is, right? Now, it's not a problem if we're along the same age group. It is a problem when you're older trying to shape shift somebody who's younger who hasn't even realistically done anything that they really want to do and don't even know who they are, right? So now a 21-year-old girl, a 21-year-old boy, on average, don't know who the hell they are.
Okay, so let me ask you, like, not knowing who they are, going out into the world, getting more experience and everything, wouldn't that pull that person further away from being able to be groomed for what I need you for? And I don't mean groom in a bad way. I'm talking about groom in the sense of just like, if you are now my wife, right? There are tasks that need to be done in order for us to function to now build on top of what this foundation. If you don't have those skills, we cannot build. You are effectively holding us back. You know what I'm saying?
But the key word is us, right? And holding us back, which means me and you, right? That means I must be what you need. But I think that there has to be a level of give and take of what each other needs.
Okay, so ultimately what I'm asking is just like, okay, yes, if there is a give and take. So now, like, if a dude is giving, if he has the ability to now give, and with more experience when it comes to women, they may lose that ability to be molded to that to do the task. It's just like, do you think that it makes more sense to go out there and have the experience and or to get on somebody's side, to be on somebody's timing without all of the damage?
I'll be honest with you, right?
Okay, fair enough.
There's two different types of ways you can do this, right? I'm not against molding, right? You can mold somebody because I do believe men and women mold each other to be what they need regardless,